It's Malignant, Dustin. It's directed by the man we spoke of earlier, James Wan. It's written by Alika Cooper. James is in there too on the story. Ingrid Bissu. Uh, Excel Cooper.
Monsieur.
Oh.
I don't know.
It's produced by James and probably his team with Michael Clear, Annabella Wells, Maddie Harrison, George Young, Jacqueline McKenzie, Nicole Bry White. All right, I'll take it. It's a Warner Brothers joint. September 10th is when this dropped. This is part of Let's Movies Spooktacular. 111 minutes. 40 million was the budget, and so far it's showing me it's 29.9 million take home. Yeah.
It's Wallace, Annabella Wallace,
Huh?
who wears the worst wig I've ever seen in a movie. That's saying something. There's a lot of bad wig movies, but
There's too many white women.
Wig.
Too many white women with bangs in this movie, and I was told that bangs mean they're going through a breakup. So I was like, this is rough all around, everyone. I will say this movie is long.
Mm-hmm.
And the first hour and 35 minutes is stupid. But the last part is complete schlock, and I loved it. I was like, oh my God, this is incredible. Why didn't you do this from the jump? I love this. This is ridiculous. God bless you, James Wan. I kiss you right on the forehead. Make more. Because I was like, what's going on? This is so dumb and boring. He's doing the same things where it has Conjuring vibes where I just hate every scene and everyone's just sitting around and talking and they're all lit like shit. Whoever lit this movie, quit. Stop. Get out of the industry. You're awful.
They're like, what about that CG shot of the fucking giant hospital on the cliffside?
I loved it.
That was CG. So, never mind. I didn't do the lighting.
Very quickly. James has these little tricks he likes to do with the camera. I love it. Ever since Insidious, I think I was like, this guy's onto something. Where he puts the camera in great spots, the way he blocks scenes, the way he frames. This dude tries to make this monotony of all these, like this building and this pacing. He tries to put the camera in very interesting places, and I respect it. He's got a little Matrix cam going on here. He just blew all the money. And I'm like, I like this. I like that you put the camera in very interesting spots. I like the music bed. It had a very 80s vibe to me, and especially the ending was very 80s, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
It sounded like a remix of a song. Like, I couldn't place my thumb on it, but there was this one riff that would hit, and I was like, I fucking know that song. What is that song? What is this techno remix of it? What the fuck is that?
He's like, you don't know shit, son. Just watch the movie.
I mean, that's what
I've heard it. No, this is a thing.
I've heard it. It's very distracting every time you kick it in. Fucking... how come you've used it 7 times, James? Is it because this movie's 2 hours long?
It is.
Fucking full 45 minutes longer than it needed to be?
I made him cut 5 hours off it, too. Everybody's like, James, stop it. And those are the things I super enjoyed from the movie. I love the one sheet. I love the poster. I like a lot of things visually that he can do and that he does. And that's really why I enjoy. Like, I didn't see any of this in Aquaman. That's except for like one shot where I was like, oh, that's good. I felt like he was kind of getting back into the groove, and then he was just like, I'm getting real bored towards the end. I'm about to set it off. I was like, okay, what's that mean? He's like, you ever see Dead Presidents? I was like, yeah. It's gonna get crazy and stupid. I'm like, all right.
I mean, I assume that's the twist ending everyone's talking about.
Yeah, the twist ending is like, it goes hard.
It goes fucking hard. Have you fucking seen any 90s action films starring Chow Yun-fat? Dude, you're about to be like, damn, did Chow Yun-fat just fucking do stunts for this movie? Like, what the fuck?
It was insane. But
it was. I would love to just talk about the ending, Kevin.
I will
admit, the ending, all of a sudden, you're just like, oh man, I got a half an hour left. Hey, whoa, what happened to the end of the movie? How did we get here already?
I thought someone kicked my door and hit me with a sledgehammer because that's what this movie was just like. Let's fucking go. And I was like, where are we going? Oh my god, crazy town.
Yeah, Nick Cage was driving angry through this fucking ending. All of a
Dude,
sudden,
he was driving angry to get to the fucking drive-in to watch this. The one other takeaway, I just didn't understand the way this movie was lit. It bothered me immensely. It was so inconsistent with just how the whole scene was like lit up. There was like parts of the house where I'm like, is everything just like sunset or dusk or what? And
yes.
there is a scene where we go to an apartment that's across from a building that has this red light, and it doesn't
and that man sleeps with his windows open.
It reminded me of it reminded me of the Seinfeld with the Kenny Rogers.
Kenny,
and I was like, is that a nod to Seinfeld coming to Netflix, James? James, you've done it again.
He's like, I'm HBO Max, like.
But yes, it will.
But yeah, I will be watching it.
So if you look at this scene, Dustin, of this gentleman in his room, there is 6 light sources in here. He has 6 lamps. 6. Like, number 1, how big is this apartment? Number 2, this is massive. It was massive, dude. And there was another light source inside his closet. And they were everything in the movie. I was like, hey, if you guys just go ahead and get a 60-watt bulb, you won't have this problem, not a 2-watt bulb. What the fuck is going on?
Well, I mean, Kevin, that's why you had to have every light on, because you turn one light off, complete and absolute darkness. Like, you can't see
the dark side of the moon.
All of a sudden, he doesn't even know the fucking layout of his own closet. It's so fucking dark in there.
And large.
He's like, these were fucking belts, or
did you see?
He was a retired doctor. Yeah, it was Kevin. My problem is everyone in this movie sleeps with all the blinds and shades open in their house and their bedroom. What fucking maniacs do that?
Oh, man.
Who's going to bed and be like, fucking thank God all these fucking windows are open. Like, just come on, just beat down on me, fucking streetlights. Yeah, I don't need a good night's rest. Just, flood this room with light.
You know what else, man?
He wants people and then no light, but whatever.
Oh, Ingrid? That's James's old lady. That's why she got the credits on there. He was probably just rambling about it. She was like, babe, you should totally like put a bunch of lamps in this. He was like, yeah, babe, duh.
I bet. Here's my thing. This movie starts off, I was like, when the minute you see her pregnant, I was like, uh-oh. Some first-time parents having some fucking, like, what the hell's my freak baby gonna look like? There's a life form growing inside my belly, because I was like, oh my God. It says first-time parent fears written all over it.
Or James was like, I just watched Basket Case and that shit's killer. I was like, yeah, dude, you should. Well, you just saw that?
Maybe, but I don't know. It kind of had that vibe to it of like, what will my baby look like? Like, it's got that handprint all over it from beginning to end with the whole plot line of this movie. So
yeah, maybe. I just thought Basket Case. I was like, is he doing Basket Case? Is this a nod to that?
No.
Have you seen Basket Case?
No, I haven't. I'm gonna still say no. I doubt he was just like, you know what? Fucking, we're ripping Basket Case real quick. Most of the people don't know what it is. We're gonna just rip it off.
If he's a horror guy, he knows what it is, and he's ripping off a lot of shit in this. So I was just like, and then check, and check. But the last thing I just want to say that I did like about the movie, other than like the finale, was I loved a lot of the set pieces. And I felt some of them were super underutilized. Like the house, I was like, wow, man, you guys did a really great job making this house. This is an awesome house. This is a visually interesting house. I like your overuse of the fog and stuff. That was great. You're a insane asylum. You're there for 2 seconds. That was what the fuck? What a waste. But okay. All right. And like you're in Seattle with all this like green. Oh, not gonna use it. All right, well, fuck it. They had all these great little pieces, and I just didn't feel like, except for the police station, I hated it.
Yeah, I was like, is this a fucking
it's so
high school like swimming pool you emptied and put a bunch of people in here?
It was
Like,
so like
what was that
gothic.
tile on that floor? I was just like, what is this? What is
It
this
was
big
weird.
open area you found?
Yeah, it's fine. You want to like
It didn't look like a police station. It looked
no.
like the gym at a Y or some shit.
It
They
was
were like,
really
turn it into a
weird.
police station.
And like I wasn't feeling that location, but I did kind of like a lot of the use of the space and just the set pieces. I was like, well, I'm okay. But then all the stuff that happens there, I'm just like, all right. And he's like, hold on, dude. Here it comes. I was like, what? James, what? You got me for 5 hours here. What are we doing? He was like, check it out. I was like, well, I expected as much. What in the fuck, dude? Like, no one's gonna sign off on this. They did. I'm watching it now.
Yeah. It was just like you were like, you know what, fuck it, let's try it. They were like, okay. Someone saw the dailies and you're like, oh yeah. No, that's a great movie. I like this.
Yeah. No.
And then they saw the rest of it. And they were like, what the fuck was the rest of that I just watched? That is unlike you, Kevin. I like the ending, but it's hard because it's like, yes, the ending is batshit crazy. But I watched the rest of the movie and I went, how did we get here to this ending? This seems real dumb. And so I get your point. It's schlocky. It's just like, part of me is grateful that it exists. But also I kind of hate it because I'm just like, what the fuck movie? What the fuck? There's so many times where I was just like, what the fuck movie? What movie is this? What am I watching here?
Yeah.
What the fuck movie? And honestly, the only part I like is just after the opening when she comes home when she's pregnant. I like that opening scene. I like that scene up until when the cops arrive. I think that's actually... No, I'll take that back. Just shortly after that, too, a little bit. I like that. That feels like a completely different movie. I was actually like, this is actually kind of terrifying, what's going on here. This is really good. I like this. I don't know what to expect. And then it was just like, oh, okay. Shit, did I just figure out the whole fucking movie? Ah, fuck. And I hate being that guy that was like, oh, I figured it out. But I really did on this one. And I was so disappointed every time. Every turn that I was right, I was just like, oh, yeah, there's a big fucking clue. God, did normal people get this? Did people just, average people watching it go, oh, I see what's happening right there? Or were they actually fooled by it, Like,
I don't think so. I think I didn't feel like there was a twist at all. I just felt like
there's definitely a twist. They're building up towards a twist. Otherwise, that ending wouldn't be what it is because that's the reveal.
I don't think that if you didn't see that coming, you're not paying attention to the movie because I think the movie does a fair job of letting you know what it's going to do before it does it.
I think so too.
And because it falls into all these other tropes of like, oh, she's trying to help the cops, but in typical horror cop movie fashion, they're literally the worst cops on the planet.
They are the absolute fucking
worst.
Scum of the earth cops. Like they couldn't detect their fucking hands from their asses. It's just my god. When he was just like, hey, yeah, you brought her in. Good job. And he was just like, oh fuck, it's her. And then he did not stand up and chase after her or call her and be like, hey, I need you to come back to the station real quick. You forgot something. Like, I was like, what the fuck? You just let her drive off and stare at her photo and be like,
do at that point either. He's going to
put out an APB, motherfucker. He's a police officer. I'm pretty sure they could have gotten a couple of squad cars to go find their car and be like, boop, boop, pull over, motherfucker.
No one's going to believe him. Everyone's going to be like, you just lost your badge. You're crazy. Even his partner didn't believe anything.
His partner didn't believe shit. His partner only believed in one thing, one-sided romance. She was just like, I see you fucking lonely heart. I see you fucking detective falling in love with the younger sister.
He didn't have any.
She was a fucking love spotter from a mile away. She was like, oh, we got some fucking hormones racing over here.
Listen, man, we need to get into it. It's 1993. Dr. Florence Weaver she's sitting there cutting a promo on her handy cam, and she's like, you know what? I want to let you guys in on something. I've been working on something. I'm hanging on this giant like sanitarium, crazy hospital off the coast of Seattle that looks real gothic and real not real, but cool.
Why would they build this giant facility in the most serenic, beautiful area?
Gotta calm down the crazy.
Just to put a bunch of crazy people over there. They're not allowed to look out the window.
I think that's where they break the crazy. When they got yard time, they just chop down the trees.
I just don't. I don't. It looked beautiful, but I was like, no. I was like, we need to stop building these facilities. Number one, they're all being just thrown to the wayside, left here to rot and decay.
But the facilities?
With a convenient organizational skills still, or file system still in place that no one has checked on for decades.
Yeah, you're not going in there. It's fucking haunted, duh. Everybody knows the rules.
Tell that to fucking Sydney Lake.
Yeah,
nothing.
We'll get there. But yeah, I'd buy that at a great price, and I turn it into an Airbnb. You know what I mean? Maybe you have some brunch. You can drive out to the countryside, and is this the old insane asylum? Oh no. Would you like some crumpets? So the doctor's like, hey, I got this patient. It's a real shit fest in there. There's this dude, Gabriel. Oh, Gabriel's popping off. Yeah, sorry to break up your vlog, doctor, but I know you're gonna post this here in MySpace. We got Gabriel,
TV DJ. We got fucking Gabriel loose,
and he's out there. I don't know, fucking shit up. She's like, all right, man, get the trank gun. We got to put this motherfucker down because we're about to cut out the kids here. And she cocks an imaginary shotgun, I guess. Because when I heard her say that, I was like, uh-oh. What are we doing, movie?
That was later. And I was just like, oh, someone wanted that on the fucking poster.
Oh, yeah. Well, she does it a second time. Then I'm like, all right.
Someone wanted that as a meme. Time to cut out the cancer.
I was like, go ahead and cut it out.
A fat kid cutting cake, and you're just like, oh.
What?
So, I'm just trying to make a meme, man. That's how the internet works. Things don't make sense.
Gabriel has powers, you find out, where and this is what I was just like, wait, he didn't need this. He can control like electricity, and it just makes all the lights pop, and it just goes into my lighting complaint of the movie. And I don't think it's scary in movies to have lights flicker and smash out, and I think it sucks. I think it's just one of the worst horror things we do as a people, as film creators.
Us as a horror community need to come together and protest the goddamn lights breaking
and stop. And little kids aren't scary. Those we can just all stop that. So he has
little kids that can control lights can go straight to hell.
And you kind of get snippets of him. I mean, he stabs a dude, they trank him, and then you're like, oh, Gabriel got tranked, boss. We only got Gary over here. He just lost his ability to use his right hand, but he's all good. He's not going to sue. He knows what he signed up for. And
he is all in on getting this kid tranked.
And the doctor's like, you know what?
She's like, never sent a fucking man to do a woman's job. Boom! Fucking got you, Gabe.
Yeah, so she one-shots him, drops him.
Yeah, elephant tranks this kid. You know what pissed me off about this, Kevin? The guy shows up with the fucking trank gun in the case.
He didn't know he was really going to have to use it.
They had to have someone fucking have their face smashed against the fucking window before he's like, should I get the gun out?
It was one of those things,
load the trank?
You always grab it on the hopes you don't have to use it. So they got him restrained.
That guy had fucking, I want to shoot this thing so fucking bad right now.
He had big, huge vagina opening up a gun case. He was like,
He was like, please let me shoot the fucking elephant trank today.
Please
let me shoot the elephant trank
smelled the piss in his pants when he knew he had to shoot that. He's like, I fucking said I knew how to use it, but I don't.
He's like,
aim at point. So
that cost him his right arm.
So Gabriel gets tranked. He's on the chill juice. You never get to see him, right? It's a big reveal. But then he's behind a shower curtain, and he starts using the jam box that's conveniently set up there to communicate with everybody. He's just like, hey, I'm going to fucking kill you. And everybody says, oh, man, he's using the fucking boom box there to tell us he's going to kill us. I quit tonight, boss. I don't know if this is like a 2-week thing. I want to give you like a 2-second notice.
Those people that were like still at the door when I saw like 9 dead nurses, I was like, I'm fucking done. Like,
Yeah. Well, you know it, dude. It's a Friday
I'm
night.
due for my 15, and I'm never coming back after. So,
and now we fast forward to now?
No, then she yells, "Cut out the can! It's time to cut out the cancer!"
Right.
And
yeah.
then we do the opening song where we see a bunch of like cells dividing and cutting, and
right.
It's just a bunch of shit.
27 years later.
Present day, and then like a car from the 80s pulls into a driveway to a house that looks like it hasn't been maintained since the 80s. And now gets a pregnant woman. Miss Madison Mitchell, aka Maddie. Which is weird because the real name of her sister is Maddie. So it had to be confusing to call someone else your name.
Dude, be a professional, right? When you show up for set, I don't want to hear that fucking excuse, or we'll recast you.
I'm like, can we fucking rename her? Why does she have to have my fucking name? Why can't I have my name?
I'd be like, yeah, who wrote this? That's right.
Tony Danza scene over here.
Yeah, I'm James Wan. Get the fuck off my set. Replace this hoe.
God. Replace this. I don't think James Wan talks like
that. Oh, he did that day that this hoe showed up and they're trying to sass mouth him.
He's like, it's a weird coincidence.
He's like, you know what? I got another classic to film. So did you want to shut up and do the scene? I was talking to you, Dustin, on this one.
No. Let's go meet the deadbeat husband.
Dude, I love this. I was like, dude, this guy's not watching UFC downstairs. He's taking the bedroom up and his wife. Did you supposed to pick your pregnant wife up?
Yeah, he did not get.
Are you the?
Uh-oh. Did you have his shoes on the bed, Kevin? Oh, I swear in one shot he had his shoes on the bed, and I was just like, I was like, this motherfucker's about to get lit up. But apparently that's not how this relationship works. It's
I cracked my knuckles and I saw this. I was like, we got ourselves the making of a bad dad.
Oh yeah,
he might be the number one bad dad since the bad dad conception.
Yeah, like
inception.
Damn.
We didn't breed him.
I mean, he's definitely a bad husband. I mean, I don't think he gets bad dad credit because
buns in the oven, bro.
Children, you know.
Hey, man.
Yeah, but he's a dad. He's a bad pre-dad. He's a dad. Hey man, he's not a bad baker until the bun's out of the oven. No, he knows he fucked it up. Yeah, he knows.
Too much salt, stupid.
That's the fucking secret, Kevin. He's so no one knows I didn't put any yeast in it.
No, it's her job.
But they will.
So Madison walks in and goes, "Hey, why are you watching this old UFC fight?" And he was like, "Hey, it's my time. Why are you alive? Why are you my wife? Why are you in my room?" And I was like, "Dude, she said she has a headache."
Let's maybe not question who's home at 3:30 and not supporting the entire family. Okay.
I was like, all right. Home? Is it a Saturday? Like, what's happening? Do you have a job? I don't know, but I'm keeping an eye on you. This
pay-per-view. I'll watch it as many times as I fucking want. Okay.
It's true. If it was a pay-per-view, it had to be at night. You know, maybe he was in the right. I take it back. Bad dad, no more. So Madison comes in and she's like, my head hurts, my back hurts, my everything hurts. And he was like, well, what's your problem? And she was like, I'm pregnant. And he was like,
he scoffed so much. He's like, well, maybe you shouldn't be fucking working. Did you ever think about that? Huh? And she's like, Derek, can we not go into this? And Derek is like, how, motherfucker? I just watched a lot of UFC. Your head's going through this wall.
Yeah. So right now, this is when questions from Kevin start to flare up. I go, you know what? They can have whatever relationship they want. That's her fault for not standing up for herself and for this guy to be dunking her on the wall. But Kevin thinks this chick just got a concussion hard. Kevin thinks, I think that baby ain't making the trip.
Yeah, that baby's not making the trip. And you seem to be a nurse of some kind, some sort of medical field.
Hold on, dude. I'm not done. Because
I'm just trying to join in.
If she's a nurse, she's not only does this town have the worst cops, they just have the worst nurses as well. Because I was like, you're clearly concussed. And then she goes to sleep. The one thing you're not supposed to do with a possible concussion. I got a massive head wound.
She doesn't just go to sleep. She's bleeding and goes to sleep.
That's the thing, dude.
Like, oh, fuck. Blood. I better take a nap.
Concussion.
Baby's kicking.
Don't fucking close your eyes. Don't go to sleep. I know you want to rest. Your head hurt. Don't do it. I'll see you on the other side, everyone. I was like, is the movie over?
And Derek's just like, I'll go get you some ice.
Yeah. He
Sorry,
comes
your
back.
bell got rung. I'm gonna use some other football pleasantries here. Did you get the cobwebs out?
He was just like, man, you should have had
And
your
then he
hands
was
up.
like, well, he's like, you gotta defend. You gotta defend. You know I gotta strike.
You gotta watch
Okay.
the takedown,
I
dummy.
go I go
She's like,
for
you
the
spiked my head.
17-second knockout. I'm going for the record. You know I'm UFC Derek. That's my nickname on the streets. I mean, no one else calls me that, but I will fucking pound their head into my bedroom wall. So, yeah. And so then Derek just goes to sleep on the couch downstairs. Like, great husband.
Time
Just-
out. I'm still upset. He goes to sleep on the couch. I was like, bro, that house has got like 5 bedrooms. You're sleeping on the couch right now?
He's like, the couch is super comfy. Have you seen this couch? It's super comfy.
You
Does
look
not-
cramped on it, and you're still in your jeans, man. That's an angry sleep you're having. You're getting junk sleep right now, bro.
Yeah, you're gonna the chafing alone that you're waking up with.
So I need Derek to be a man, go up there and get his PJs like he's supposed to.
Yeah, I was just like, why are you? I mean, he didn't look cramped on the couch.
That's still
It's a
junk
long-
sleep.
No, I'm not questioning that, Kevin. That's not. I mean, it's your couch. Take your pants off at least. Like, like shirt boxers. That's fine. Like what? What the fuck was he in his jeans for? Was he just like in case someone showed up at the front door and he was angry? He was just like, oh fucking, I got my go jeans on. Let's fucking do this. Ugh!
Yeah.
Like it was like he was waiting for the cops. He's like, if the cops come, I want pants on. I'm not going to jail in my undies again. I learned from my mistakes. Not
So-
well.
Derek is awoken from his junk sleep by the sounds of a blender going off with nothing in it, and he looks at it. I really, really wanted him to be the ultimate bad and just cuss her for no reason that that the blender exists. Stupid Madison and her stupid protein shakes.
Fucking Maddie and her fucking blender. I
And
fucking
then
hate this fucking blender. Takes up so much goddamn counter room.
cool shot where the one time I did like the light, kind of beams on his back, and revealed it's the fridge opening up on its own. He's like,
That
"What?"
was the brightest fucking fridge in the world, though, Kevin.
That was
You
the
could
one
see
time they had the
every square
80-watt
inch of
bulb
it.
in there.
But more like 120. They were just like, fucking get it in there. They're like, it's kind of orange. He's like, get me a blue light, motherfuckers.
But that aside, I did like that. I did like that subtleness to it. And he turned and he was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Listen, man, either that fridge is on an incline, or you got your fucking too much bologna loaded to one side, making the door swing open, or it's haunted." I'm going for bologna.
I'm definitely going for baloney. Yeah.
He
Baloney,
closed-
and he was a lazy door closer. Like he
And
was just like, oops, that's on
only-
me.
He's a pure monster if he's just like, "Oh, got a lot of screen time left, so fuck Madison for buying all that bologna." I would have been like, "Yeah,
He
dude."
knows I fucking hate baloney, but I'll eat it because it's here and I don't want it to go to waste. Fuck. She knows I don't like food going to waste. Fucking Maddie.
He all of a sudden he hears this giant high pitched squeaky squeaky bop bop. So he does like a circle in his own house, and then all of a sudden he sees this shadow, this silhouette staring at the TV. I think the TV had like static on it or like an image.
It was flipping through every channel very quickly to where you
Gotcha.
can see shit.
And I like this. This was a real James Wan move to turn the TV off, and then the silhouette disappeared when the TV went off. And I was like, that's the James I know. And you see the cushion raise up as this invisible entity is standing up. So now we know Mr.
Why was
Derek
it-
Mitchell is he's in danger, right?
Yeah. Why was the figure invisible though, Kevin? I mean, I liked that, but I was just when you add it to the rest of the movie, I was like, wait, why was it fucking
No, it doesn't.
any sense?
It's literally
What
for the
happened?
sake of a cool scene. That's how I take it. Because that's another thing, Dustin, as I was going to get into later, is the rules. The rules to this world are never quite clearly explained because the way everybody interacts in the world is just fucking ridiculous. But it does turn into a schlocky, over the top, horror movie, slasher movie.
fucking Hong Kong
late
action
90s.
flick. Yeah.
late 90s Hong Kong cop drama. But
It's like James was like, I fucking hear the Matrix is coming back. Let me get my audition tape. And they were like, no, we already got everyone for that. He's like, fuck it, I'm doing
man.
it anyway.
James, have you seen the trailers? Looks boring as shit. He's like, yeah, watch this. No, James.
I think seriously just remaking the fucking first one and hoping that we didn't notice. Like,
Oh, he was
What?
just crazy the whole time? Oh, great spin.
Oh yeah, no one's ever done that fucking storyline like 900 fucking times.
Watch me work, boys.
Oh, it's like he's back in a matrix. Oh, I see what the fucking bullshit. I don't even give a fuck.
So,
I'll just rewatch the first one in 4K.
Derek, he looks left when he should have looked right, and then he gets stabbed in the side of the head by the contortionist. Like, if you can contort in a horror movie, boy, howdy, are you the new hot thing?
Yeah.
So he catches one to the dome. I almost liked it because I thought it was like a silhouette knife going in his head at first. And I was like, oh shit, that's sick. Like, are we doing like a silhouette, like T-1000 blades coming out of my shadows? I'm like, okay. But then it really wasn't that when the movie was just like, hey, I'm done being cool. Who cares what happens next? And I was like, okay. So after that, so we got one murder. Pretty good timing, I guess. We had a little bit of suspense, and then we got a kill in, right?
Yeah.
Madison, she wakes up in the hospital, right? If I remember correctly.
No, the entity goes to attack her. Like she comes out and she hears
spooky,
the TV,
spooky.
and then the entity is chasing her from like a first person perspective.
Oh, that's
she goes
right. Yeah.
Into the kids' room, the baby room, and then the entity pushes the door on top of her, and then
she just goes
the police.
Flying. So
yeah,
more good James Wan camera work. I did like this. It's very Evil Dead with the entity following. I like this. I liked the top down shot where you take off the roof. I didn't understand why they don't lock any doors in this place. The doors are flying open, the front door, back door. I'm like, damn, dude, lock a door. Like, what neighborhood is this?
She added deadbolts later. I mean, she doesn't know what a deadbolt is, but she added a deadbolt later.
Yeah, I was like, later? What? Planks of wood, huh?
Actually, just a lock. I was like, that's not what a deadbolt is.
But I did like this scene. It's still all good right now. It's typical him.
Yeah. This is the part I like. This is the part I really liked,
Yeah, it's great.
Even when she comes back to the house for the first time, I still like that. I'm not going to lie. I did like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, then the police show up and we're introduced to our cop characters for a minute. They go look at the scene, and I guess the crime scene I don't know, the CSI person that doesn't really exist, is just like, this is fucking one for the record books, boys. Just slapping people's asses and be like, woo, get in there, look at that shit. Fucked up. And
it was weird. Tonally, she was so out of place.
It was like she was in a completely different movie the whole time. Like, I swear to God, they're gonna do a rom-com spin-off of this where she's just swooning off after fucking Shaw. I'm just gonna call him Shaw. Does he name every cop Shaw? I feel like Shaw's in all of his movies. He's just like, fucking give me a Shaw.
Shaw, yeah. Yeah, she's so waka. I thought I was like, is this She's All That? Like,
I know she's all that, the fucking New Line Thriller version.
Yeah, dude. I was
like, we see your He's All That and raise you. Maybe she's all that.
Question mark.
Yeah, no, 3 question marks and an exclamation point.
Oh, I like that.
It's just like, oh, that's a lot. Yeah, so we meet the detectives real quick, and then boom, we're in the hospital. We meet the sister, Sydney. She shows up, and
question.
Yeah,
the sister's there, like asleep at the bedside.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume some time's gone by, maybe at least 2 days, something. Like when are you sleeping at the bedside, right? I don't know, right?
Almost instant. She was asleep when she got the call, Kevin, and then she came there to sleep some more. She was real tuckered. She was just like, it's a long day being a princess at some theme park in Seattle, I guess. I don't know. No, it definitely was not Disneyland.
I could crush some monsters, or I could just go to sleep, right?
Like, I'll just hold your hand. This is fine. This is fine.
So this part, I hated every second of it because Madison's laying there, And she wakes up. She's like, "Oh, hey, what's up, my dude?" And she's like, "Oh, bro, you're not gonna believe this. You were attacked." And she was like, "What? I was just trying to protect my baby." Oh, Derek got murked. And she's like, "No, not Derek. What about my baby?" And she
Yeah, she
goes
was
to
like, I
touch.
don't give two shits about Derek. I was trying to protect the baby.
She goes to touch her stomach, and it's like, "Wonk wonk."
Yeah,
Game over, and the baby's
uh,
like gone. And
I
then
was like, that's not how it works. There would be some bloating stuff. The stomach doesn't just go flat and fucking abbed rip the next
no, dude, she
like
was
20 seconds
shredding. She
after the
was like,
baby's out.
she's
Yeah,
like
it was like she
fine.
was doing fucking crunches in her fucking coma sleep.
They put the electric ab thing around her waist, like the
Yeah,
weight
Sydney
belt.
was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking put this drink on here. It'll be shaking with your vibration."
She said, "Girl, fuck that, baby. We need your beach body back."
Yeah, she's like, "Come on, the summer's coming. All right, we
You
gotta
know
go
that's
to
when,
the fucking creepy
when
Airbnb that you're from.
that's when you're on the prowl, girl. I know your style.
I know your style. You gotta get over Derek. He's so fucking last summer. All right, like, come on." Yeah,
Dustin,
Madison is just
Sydney keeps touching her head. I was like, bro, she has like all the concussions. Can you please stop petting her hair?
yeah.
Like when someone has it, you don't want to. Okay, you're the doctor now, Sydney. You do what you want. You just keep touching her.
Well,
I've been like, listen, I just lost my baby and I can't see straight and I don't know what
Kevin,
stadium I'm in. Please stop touching me.
she's concussed, but no one does a CAT scan
Dude,
because it ruined the whole fucking movie. Apparently,
she takes so much head trauma and she continues to bleed constantly through the movie, but
doesn't
she's
say a
some
word to
sort of
anyone.
she doesn't say a word to anyone, and she's like a trained medical professional of some kind. She
Would you
should be like,
assume? I mean, maybe not well. So
dude, even if
yeah,
she
her
had,
sister literally sees her bloody pillow, which is the same blood stain as before. When
she's
she
like,
went
oh,
when she
sis,
went to
welcome
bed
back.
angry at
Like,
Derek.
what?
It's like she just flipped it one time and then like flipped it back. She's like, "Oh, cold side. Oh, it's the bloody side. Whatever. I'm still bleeding in the back of
Girl,
my head."
either you're having a heavy flow or you keep eating tater tots in bed. Which is it? Here
She's like,
comes,
You don't want to know."
here comes Sydney, the sassy sister. I'm just feeling what? Where's
Yeah.
that? Where's that show?
I mean, no thanks. Not with this Sydney.
No, it has to be this Sydney. So you can't cheer at the end like I did when she got fucking. I was like, yes. Dustin, I bursted out a couple of times at the end. That's why this movie is 5 out of 5 for me.
I'm glad you liked
It
it so much.
awoke me, and I was like, wow, I did not off, but I'm back. Like this, like, bro, I've been here. I was like, no, you haven't. You didn't show up to
Well,
the end.
aren't you glad that when you texted me, you said, "I'll just fast forward to the end"? I was like, no, you should watch that.
I did. I
I
was
was
like,
like, there's some things to discuss there.
whew.
Yeah. So
So
then finally, Sydney's been in the hospital for a few days. Detective fucking good looks needs to show up and you know, talk to her. Because they've examined the body and they're just like, no forced
he's,
entry.
he's so
And,
awkward. He's like, hey, I know you just got like 50 concussions. I think you had a
I know
kid or something. Can I ask you some questions about your
he's
abuse of
like, it's
fucking
never a
husband?
good time, but I gotta ask you some questions. I was like, dude, where's your partner? Because your finesse sucks right now. Like,
Your bedside manner is piss poor.
it's like, oh, I'm not a doctor. They're like, we know, we can tell. Yeah. And then I'm sorry, Maddie is just glossed over staring out the window. She's
Real
got the best
bummer.
room in the hospital. Yeah, real bummer town. Sydney shows up in her princess dress with like makeup done by a 13-year-old. And he's just like, he's in love. He's just like, oh my God, it's the rainbow glitter on your for your eyeshadow that really I wanna take you home, have you meet my parents. And so they have an awkward exchange. I love how Kevin's just letting all these jokes just die. Like he's just like, I could help save it. I could add something.
I was
I'll
gonna
just
give you.
let it die. And fucking asshole. But anyway, so she's just like, she's just been like this. Maddie, eat your pudding.
Then she just lays in bed with her. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, she's going through some shit. I don't know if I'd want to be even touched, let alone have a scene with you. So can you please?
Yeah. And then after that, then they go home and they're in the house And she's like, "Are you sure you could just stay with me or I can crash here?" She's like, "No, I've lost too much. They won't take my home. I live here, damn it." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
I was like, there's a
And I
lot of
think
bad
this is the
memories
part.
here.
Yeah, yeah, and the house looks like a stack here. There's no natural lighting. All the fucking windows are covered 24/7 unless you go to the second floor, in which case they don't fucking stay shut. So it's a very confusing house. I was like, that master bedroom's the only room that looks somewhat modern, and the rest just looks, unkept and decrepit.
Yeah, I don't know enough about Seattle, but it felt like something on the East Coast.
I mean, nah,
Oh,
I mean, it had the pointed roof. I think that's common out there.
in houses,
Houses on the yeah, well, not every coast has it,
you know,
whatever.
houses.
No, pointed roofs, you asshole. And
Mm.
I think this is where Maddie tells Sydney that she's adopted and that she really just wanted a blood connection with something, which is a weird way to say I want a baby. I just wanted a blood connection. I'm adopted, by the way. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Oh my God, you should get a dog first. She's like, what?
She's like, what? You're the worst little sister ever. Very supportive, though. I do appreciate that.
Sister Sydney.
But yeah, so then now we're back to hugging on the bed again. I was just like, God, fucking you two, get off the fucking bed hugging each other.
God, just get married already.
Seriously, just move in. Just got a spare room. Just throw that fucking crib outside. No one needs that shit.
Yeah, waste of money.
Fucking Derek's gone. It was an old crib too. Where'd you get that shit from? A flea market? Cheap ass Derek. Fucking pre-dad sucks. So and then now, it's bedtime. Old Maddie's got to get ready for bed. She's got to do that by staring out some windows. And I'm not gonna lie, the lighting, as you say, is horrible in this part. And she looks across the street, and I still have no fucking clue what she sees over there. But she decides I gotta fucking lock every door and window.
Well, no,
Suddenly,
the street light starts flickering. It starts doing
it
the
flickers
window.
like once. It was like, thunk. I was just like,
No,
that's normal.
it doesn't because I
Street
really
light.
hated it. I watched it. I was like, please stop doing this. And then on one of the light beams, the silhouettes there of the Gabriel. Sorry, guys, it's Gabriel. And
What?
allegedly, but so the light flickers. He's there. He's like, I'm coming to get you. She's like, I'll be here. And then the lights flicker off, and then he's gone. And she knows something's up. And
Gotta lock all the doors.
knock on the
All the
doors.
windows. Close all the blinds. You can't get in if you fucking close a curtain in front of a window.
Just like Gordon Ramsay, I'm shutting it down.
Shutting it down. Except for that back door. That back door won't stay shut. So she gives up. She gives up. She runs back upstairs. I'll just lock the bedroom door. Fuck it. That door doesn't want to stay shut. I'll lock the
Yeah, I
bedroom.
was like, didn't you get your ass kicked through this door? He's like, that was the other one.
That was the other door.
Who put all these doors back?
That was the baby's door. No one. I don't know. I mean, the baby's room was already open all the time anyway, so I just assumed they just like pushed the door aside.
Yeah.
So. And then she goes to sleep, head wound still. She's just like, fucking bleeding. I should probably go back to the hospital.
When they go to the hospital, it's like, did they not wrap her head? Like you said, there's no concussion protocol.
If they did, the movie's over. I don't think she told them. She was probably knocked out. They were like, you think she's got a concussion? They're like, nah. Fucking.
At this day and age.
Fucking wait. Okay, NFL on Sundays. Like, shut the fuck up, okay? Not everyone's got a concussion, all right?
Yeah.
I saw the movie, too. Which one? I don't know. Got that one guy in the open relationship in it. But anyway. Will Smith. Anyway, and then the next morning she wakes up, she's just like, fucking gotta lock all these goddamn doors. And then she just has a ton of locks from like nowhere and a bunch of tools, and she goes through and locks everything just in time for
she did the Home Depot run.
Did she? It was like 9 a.m. So Sydney shows up with a casserole. She can't get in, so she decides to climb the second floor and just wait.
She's like, yo, bitch, you gonna walk through this window or what?
Yeah, she's just sitting out the window. I was just like, okay, this would make sense if this is the first floor, but we're on the second floor. What the fuck, James Wan? This is so waka waka that I was just like, what
I was
the
like,
fuck?
Sydney. At first, I was like, if she doesn't say she tried to call, I was like, throw a rock at the window, honk the horn, knock on the door, try to be civilized.
Knock on the door. She's like, my key didn't work. So when you didn't answer your phone, supposedly, I don't know. You don't even have a phone until like halfway through this movie. So.
I found this scaffolding here. You go to let me in.
Very concerned that it's this easy to break into your home.
I was like, no, vampire. I will not invite you to my home.
Yeah, seriously. She did. She looked like she was just like, hey, let us in. You're like, this is the second floor. How are you doing that? You're just like, oh, damn, pieces out there.
And that's my biggest problem with the movie, especially with the ending, is I know where it's going. I was surprised on what it did when we got there.
Yeah, for sure.
But everything before that is just a real kick in the nuts. And I'm
it's real just
because tonally it's not hitting, right? I don't know if you're trying to hit me with a Hallmark horror movie like The Conjuring, or are you going to try to, you're not really giving me, you're giving me some pretty graphic violence, which I'm okay with. But the pacing, you're also giving me a lot of stupid characters that they are not doing anything. They're just talking. And the more they talk,
no one can act in this movie.
Absolutely not. You're absolutely correct. The more these characters talk, the more I want them all just to like die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Detective Good looks like they don't even let him talk. They're just like, fucking pout your lips to the camera. And he's just like, look at this. And they're like, fucking good enough. Cut. Move to the next scene.
He did it.
Yeah. And I think after this is when she's doing laundry late at night. And we go to the doctor. And I did, this scene made me laugh so much, Kevin. She's loading up the laundry, and I was like, what a weird shot that we're in the washing machine.
Mm-hmm.
And she just, did the whole like, oh, my head's still bleeding. I'll just use the good towels. Boop, boop, boop.
I was like, you're lucky you live alone now, because that is just disrespectful
Derek
for everyone else in the home.
Yelled at you for fucking up those towels. He's like, those are the good towels.
Oh, yeah.
Those are my favorite towels. What the fuck? They're so soft. It's Egyptian.
I'm not really into the soft towel. Like, I have some soft towels now. I'm like, oh my God, like I need a little fight on the towel so I know the water is being removed.
See, I mean, it depends on the soft. Like too soft, yeah, I agree. You're just kind of like, oh man, what the fuck, and it doesn't get that same like freshness ever again. Like it's like a one and done on the fucking super softs. You can't.
I'm not a fan.
The next day it just feels ugh. But you get that medium soft, yeah, you're doing all right.
It's probably fine.
So, but so she's finished loading up the wash. This fucking woman's face behind the door. She's like, "What are you doing in my house?" And I was like, "What the fuck?"
I was like, "Yeah, what are we doing in the house?" That's what I was
like. I'm just doing some laundry, I guess. I don't fucking know what the hell.
She should be like, "Hey, motherfucker, you got any quarters?" I was like, "These are all free to use." You got any Tide Pods? I'm all out. Like, oh, okay.
And it was such a modern washing machine for that fucking.
It was really nice. I was like, oh, did you want a couple? I got. Wait, what are you doing here, ma'am?
Yeah, and then
this is like, bro, this is my house, and the old lady's like, I'm gonna have a freak out moment, and then
she's like, I'm freaking the fuck out, man. I'm tripping balls.
I'm tripping Tide Pods.
I hate too many. I can see the future. Oh God.
So I think this is the part where then the silhouette shows up. It's Gabriel, everyone. I'm sorry. And he starts chasing the old lady. But if I remember correctly, does this where it does the Silent Hill thing where it starts flipping? Like the room starts melting.
Yeah. And then suddenly she's in the woman's house.
And then now you can see the house from the old lady's perspective, what the old lady was seeing, because she's trapped in a memory. Or she is seeing something from the past in her own mind. But you also get to find out why she gets to see this later on. I guess we'll just wait till we get there. And
I mean, she's seeing the present. That's the present.
Oh, it's the present
in real time.
But it's elsewhere.
Yeah.
But
it's she's in two places at once.
So I guess we could just get to the gimmick, right? Because it
And
wants.
it is well because just it'll make everything
So
easier to talk about.
if you made it this far, if you want to stop before it's revealed, then you can do it now.
This is the twist. Okay.
Yeah,
That
air quotes.
I doubt Kevin was shocked by it coming either. So
No, I was just like, okay.
yeah.
So her and Gabriel are sharing the same mind, and they're just taking turns using it.
Yeah.
And when it's Gabriel's time, he just getting revenge for all the people that said, you ain't never gonna be nobody.
That looked at the camera and said, it's time to cut the cancer out.
Yeah, because he wasn't done racking up 28 kills in the first 5 minutes. He was like, I got a little more to do.
He's like, you ruined my fucking kill streak. I'll never forgive you.
And then Madison's like, oh shit, dude. I guess I just have to sit here and idly watch it happen. And I'm like, okay, I've seen horror movies like this before. This is fun. I like what you're doing. I'm not opposed to this. Let me see really what you do with it, right?
Yeah.
So you know what happens when the transition of the melting room kicks into place, and
someone's gonna die.
Someone's gonna die. But like Madison's kind of like, what? For like all the attacks, basically. So Gabriel he's got his spooky jacket on and there's hair in his face. You slowly get to see kind of what he's all about with each kill. So he runs through and he finds this You Can Do It award. You're number one.
You practice medicine.
Yeah. He takes it, he modifies it, and it's just this giant like hand dagger, like just crazy blade. And he just starts fucking this old lady up with it. Blood's flying everywhere. She's freaking out. And then snap, boom, bam, we're back to Madison's POV.
Yep. She slept on the floor.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, my fucking head again. She's like,
It's a cool scene. I did like it for the most part, because this is the first time it shows off with her surroundings melting. It has like the whole Matrix cam. Or just
it's a cool look, you know.
Yeah,
it looks cool.
But that's where I kind of almost raise an eyebrow, going, "This is why your movie cost $40 million." You know what I mean? Like I assume this is a practical shot. I mean, who knows nowadays? There's probably a way to just fake this, but still, that's extra time and money. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. He wanted some pizzazz on his horror movie, and rock on, dude.
I mean, you got the budget, use the budget, or you lose the budget, That's
right on. So just go hog wild.
So now we're back with our fucking police officers, and they gotta look at this brutal murder. They find all of her case files of all the patients she's helped, and he's just like, bag it up. I mean, it's like 13 bookshelves, and we can obviously see this book is missing. Bag it up. Bring it with us. And his partner's like, you're gonna go through all that? He's like, no, we are gonna go through all of that. And she's just like, oh, fuck you, asshole.
Credits.
Yeah, credits. And God, I'm trying to remember where they go after this. I mean, did they go to the police station after this? Or
well, it does get a little confusing here, because it starts going over treading the same ground, right?
Oh no, we gotta go downtown. We gotta pull a pig and go to the underground.
Oh yeah.
Where apparently Seattle and Oregon share one common thread, in which they just build a fucking city on top of another city. They're just like, fuck that other city.
Yeah.
Building on top of it. See our pig episode to get that reference. And then so we're going with a tour guide that is showing this underground city of Seattle that was built on top of because of flooding from an earthquake. And there's still, store shops and stuff like that. And she's, just taking them on a tour. The lights go out. Just get through this. It's Gabriel. She unplugs the light, and then, he shows up behind her. Boom, got her. And then she wakes up in an attic that is very obviously Madison's attic, because it's just like, I've seen this attic before several times, every time we visit the outside of this house, actually. And the woman is tied up and left there. And there's Gabriel communicating through a boombox, saying like, "It's not your time yet. You just stay there, you fucker." And you're just like, oh. And you get to see him walk backwards for a minute. And then I think, what do we do after that, Kevin? Do we go back to the cops? I think they go back to the cops and they're reading the case files again, right? Or still?
I think that's where he gets the picture and he wants to de-age the picture or increase the age on the picture.
Yeah.
Because then he's going through all this stuff and
he's like, you know what? Age her 30 years. 38 exact.
Yeah, and it's a Madison, everyone.
Yeah. But we don't know that yet.
Not yet. But the little girl had bangs, so I was like, oh, it's clearly this girl with bangs.
Well, no, it looked exact. I was just like, oh, that looks like a young fucking Madison with a bad wig on, too.
Like you did not have to be a cop.
Like, they just gave the wig to a child and were like, you're this person now, too.
It's like they took a picture of the Madison actress and just shrunk it down to size.
Yeah, they actually reverse aged it for the fucking movie.
No, dude. If you make her look 3 feet tall, she looks like a kid. Let's just do it.
Let's just do it.
Just don't get a good shot of it. Oh God.
It's called a forced perspective. All right. Just like, oh, okay. It's how they shot the movie Elf. Everybody, they're just like, shut up.
Ooh.
And so now we got to go to murder number 2, where it's the guy, and this is the part that's confusing, Kevin. So he's there, he's watching or he's talking to someone. He's just like, yeah, they fucking murdered her. He's like, well, I mean, that one time shit was bad, but the rest of the time things were real good. He's just like, the rest of the time we were helping people. Just that one fucking thing we did. And you're just like, ooh, I wonder what that one fucking thing they did was. Probably involved Gabriel. And so this is where the infinite closet thing. But what pisses me off about this is so his window is just magically open. It's raining. He sees wet footprints. And he's just like, I better get a towel.
It's got to be the rain.
It's got to be the rain.
Dude,
but what really upset me, Kevin, is he goes and he finds this towel before he shuts the fucking window. Like,
let me get more rain.
Like, dude, you create more work for yourself. What are you doing? What are you fucking doing? And what made even less sense is when you find out how fucking high up this apartment is, you're just like, why wasn't he questioning everything at that point of like, why is this window open? Who's the fucking up here? Who's up here? What's happening? I see wet footprints, windows open. I didn't open it. It's raining. What the hell is going on?
I would have just got a gun and started shooting anything and everything.
I would have gotten the fuck out. I'd be like, oh, let me check for the... Just like, come get me, you fucking freak.
He had to watch the Kenny Roaster sign. Kenny Roaster. Yeah, he was
Kenny. So, yeah, and then boom, we got Madison. She's getting ready for bed, and she wakes up next to
the old dude sleeping.
This guy, yeah, the old dude sleeping.
Like, whoa, I ain't that desperate. Hello, everyone. I'm Madison.
She's just like, have you seen Derek? He's way better looking than this guy. Okay, I'm sure he had a lot of issues and problems.
The beatings.
Like the time he put my head through the drywall, the sheetrock, for those that call it that, just really sheetrocked me to new levels of I never knew I existed.
Yeah.
And Madison gets to watch as Gabriel just stabs the shit out of this guy. I love the first shot. It like just caved his whole head in.
Yeah,
I was like, oh damn, he's not crying for help.
No, I like that. That's the violence is the gore or however you want to call it. It's in there.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah. So then Maddie wakes up screaming. She invites Sydney over, and she's like, I saw him fucking die. And Maddie's hair has looked horrible this whole fucking movie up to this point. Then she goes to the police station, and her hair is fucking gorgeous. Okay,
yeah?
It's so on point. I was like, well, I mean, it's like compared to what it was before, I was just like, oh, okay, I was like, what the fuck? She do her hair today? She didn't do her hair the rest of the time, huh? All right, fucking whatever. They tell their crazy story. The sister's like, listen, we go to this guy's fucking apartment. No one's there. You could throw the fucking book at me. Otherwise, we found a dead body.
Yeah,
Like, really, the otherwise is like, otherwise, some murders are happening. Okay.
It's so stupid, right? The sister's just
Yeah.
making her own cop rules, and the cops are just like, all right, well you got us. We'll go for it.
You got us. Section 32489 says fucking civilians making up cop rules. We got to follow.
You know what, partner? I just deputized these two hoes. Let's roll.
That's where the partner's just like, oh, shit, you fucked up date night again.
Here comes our favorite episode of Ho Cops.
Yeah. And so Sydney's like, yeah, let's go look at a dead, murdered body. And they're like, fuck, you don't get to.
Dude, everyone's just too stoked.
Yeah, I was like, that's a dead guy. Why would you want to see that? I don't want to see that, you know?
That's what I'm saying, man. Tonally, I like the tone is it's like this real like James Patterson Kiss the Girls kind of like ups and downs of this wannabe thriller murder mystery thing with these supernatural elements, but then it's got a real CW vibe with some of these characters, the way they interact and speak, and
very CW.
Yeah, and the way the situations that they're put in and how they're lit and everything's presented, you're just kind of like, am I on a summer mystery? Like what is this?
I know what you did last summer. Coming to the CW this fall.
No, that's what it felt like. And I was like, the sisters, like, one's just kind of whiny. I was like, I get it. You lost the baby and the husband and no one's gonna take.
She's like, no one's gonna take my equity in this house, though.
Yeah. Shouldn't you be getting like psychiatric treatment for your immense loss that you just experienced in the, I don't know, 2 days?
You have a CAT scan.
Like, you shouldn't be running around playing fucking Deputy Dickhead. Like, what is happening in this movie?
That's Mrs. Deputy Dickhead to you, sir. All right, fair enough. So yeah, they go up to the top floor, start knocking on doors. They don't bother to start with the apartments that face the red sign that she said. It's the apartment facing the red sign. It's got to be like 2 based on how fucking
because
massive.
Because we're the dumbest cops.
Yeah.
The other, like, I don't remember. What's her name?
Moss?
Yeah, she's so busy just being pissed at fucking Shaw and just the 2 dumb bang bitches that like she's just like,
she's like, you just try to get your dick wet, Shaw. And he's just like, hey, what are you talking about? Hey, I'm Detective Good Looking, okay? Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm trying to get my dick wet, all right? Detective Deep Dick is going to show up after hours, all right? And then she's just like, all right, easy.
HR nightmare.
HR nightmare right now. Gonna fucking, have you done your 2-year annual harassment training? You need to. He's just like, I'm due next month. So they knock on the door, and of course it's open because,
everything's open. All these doors are, no one will lock a fucking door in this movie. Lock a door in this movie. See what happens. Nothing.
Fucking nothing. The wind will blow it open. Apparently, don't live in Seattle. You're fucking no door security.
Gabriel's going to be like, I was going to kill you, but you locked your door.
Quickset's just like, we do no business in Seattle. No.
Not one. They make
not
locks and keys, everyone.
Fucking master lock? Forget about it. Black & Decker? Yeah, well.
They pulled out of Seattle a long time ago.
Yeah, those are your 3 major lock companies, by the way. They're just like, fucking shut up and boo. They go in, they find the dead guy, and they're just like, oh shit, we got a serial killer on our hands. Take these women back to the station. We need to not question them at all.
Yeah. Hey, how do you bang girls' nose? Not bang like that, but bang on your hair. They're like, oh, we got it. How do you guys know so much about stuff?
Oh, I get what he's saying. I thought he was talking about the energy drink.
I was. They just start dancing.
They're both just drinking bangs and like
dancing on Ferrari hoods and shit.
The shotgunning fucking bangs. They're like, this flavor's exclusive at Target.
Well, fuck those bangs up, girl. She's like, oh, my heart hurts.
I feel it itchy. Is this supposed to be a known side effect?
This is almost as bad as Aquaman, The Lost Kingdom. James is like, all right, cut. Who said that?
Who said that? I gave him the blonde hair. I'm like, I fucking saw that blonde hair. You call that blonde hair? I mean, all you did is fucking lighten it with some fucking CG, some fucking Photoshop or GIMP. They were like, nah, we don't pay for Photoshop. We're using GIMP. Fucking use GIMP.
Everybody's like, is he still talking about the energy drink?
Yeah, probably. And so Detective Good Looking, Deep Dickin'. He's just like, yeah, you guys just run around, do whatever. So Madison's like, I gotta piss. Where's the bathroom? I know my way around. I've been to the Y before. Goes to the bathroom, gets a call from Gabriel. He's just like, they fucking told you I was a voice in your head. Well, I'm not. And then you see the back of her head in the mirror, Kevin, and I was really pissed that they didn't do
Something.
Yeah, I was just like, come on. Come on, I already figured this out. Come on. No. But he just calls and she says his name. She's surprised. She's, oh, I know his name. Oh no. Because it's the first time they've actually given him a name.
Yeah.
And then she just shows up. She's like, Sydney, we gotta go. We gotta go return the castle disc to Mama. And then the aforementioned scene.
I was like, what?
Yeah. The aforementioned scene of fucking the detective that doesn't like Detective Good Looking, Deep Dick, and he's just like, I see you brought the chick in from the photo. And he's just like, what photo? I buried it under a bunch of bullshit files. He's like, oh, that's why I thought you brought her in. He's just like, I better not put an APB out. Definitely don't want to put an APB out. Oh, let's keep going through the case files.
What happens, everyone, is even a half-ass, I don't know, associate of a detective was just kind of like, oh, so you're doing police work? He's like, what are you talking about? The police work I just saw you try to do. You did that, right? The detecting? And the guy was like, what do you mean? He's like, I literally left one of the major clues on your desk. He's like, fuck you, long hair.
Fuck you, Jimmy, fucking big gulp. Fucking what are you talking about? Say it clear, you fucking computer geek motherfucker. He's just like, okay, this is why I don't like working with you, and I'm definitely calling OSHA. This is not a healthy environment to work in. This is
why I have two seats.
Yeah.
This is the shit right here.
Yeah, so he sees a picture that is exactly like Madison, even though the picture that was given to him had no fucking eyes or like half the face was not shown. And you're just like, yeah, that's definitely Madison with this weird splotch over here that looks like someone photoshopped just another person's head there. But whatever. Digital. But then Madison and Sydney, they're out to see Mom. They pull up to Mom, who lives in a ranch. I guess she's a hoarder in a wheelchair. Yeah, it was like a triple wide, though. You know, they had extensions. It was a long house, Kevin. Okay, they were hoarders.
I don't think that makes
it was fucking. It was definitely bigger than that. It wasn't even a mobile home. It was a normal house. Just it was a hoarder's nightmare or a hoarder's paradise, I should say. And then.
I disagree. Hoarders don't dream.
Well, if they did, they'd be like, oh, yeah, that looks nice. It's an organized hoarding mess. I like it. Maddie looks at Mama Wheelchair, and she's just like, who the fuck is Gabriel? And then James Wan is just like, yeah. James Wan's like, I'm about to give you the fucking shot of the movie. And the way he just does the, like, psycho anime wrap around Mom's face, I was like, what? Why are we using this super dramatic shot for this shit? I was just like, okay, whatever, James Wan, you win. This is a 5 out of 5 movie right now.
Yeah, I loved it. I was like, I don't know what.
It was so I was just like, what the fuck? And she's like, you know something, don't you? I mean, she's just like,
take
here,
that oxygen off your face when I talk to you, you oxygen-needed wheelchair bitch.
I know you're Aquaman's mama, and you can't fucking breathe on land for too long because you got your fucking crusty fish gills.
I was like, these Bang girls have been hanging around the cops too long. They just got mean with everyone.
They're like, it's the raspberry mango blast, okay?
Makes me want to punch old bitches in the face.
Got lots of B12 vitamins and some other shit.
That's what gets me cranked. B12.
So, Wheelchair Mama is just like, watch your 8th birthday party where you're talking to fucking Gabriel. God, fucking Gabriel.
Why are you trying to like?
I don't know. I don't know. Fuck you.
And then we just see a bunch of. I made it a girl. Suck it.
Made it a girl. It's reverse this time. It wasn't a girl, was a boy. That's the same thing. Just, you know what I mean? Shut the fuck up. So then we see a bunch of like bad footage of.
No, hold on, Dustin. We see great footage shot on a VHS from the 80s. And I was like, wow, not a pixel to be
destroyed that VCR to get in there for that shot.
Yeah, I was like,
He's like, I'm going to show everyone how a fucking VCR works in case they fucking forgot. Okay, they need to fucking know. I'm James Wan.
And
I'm back, baby. Just like,
bitch, I never left. Woo, woo.
Like,
where my wands at? I was like, we're here, dude. We're here.
get your wands out. They're like, what does that mean? You know what that means. Do it.
So they. I'm just like, do I take my pants off? Do I give him money? What the fuck does he want?
It just starts a confusing conversation amongst his fans. They're just like, I don't know what he wants.
He got violent though. So
Some of them have no pants. Some of them just have their wallet out. They're like, wait, what is that? What he just leaves.
Literally has wands in their hand. He's like, dude, I don't know, but I love.
I did a money exchange. I have wands. He's just like the fucking racist. No, it's a what? No, it's a real.
I love you, James.
I can't wait to see Conjuring 15.
So
Annabelle goes home again.
Annabelle goes on a summer vacation.
And Annabelle goes to jail.
Annabelle hits the slopes.
and Annabelle at Camp Rock 2.
Annabelle at sea.
Annabelle overboard. That's
Don't sleep on these, James.
He's just like, someone write these down right now. Annabelle, where's my wands at?
Annabelle
get to right.
Space. She's just floating. There's just terrified people at the space station. She's just floating out of it, pointing.
Fucking creepy doll outside. Should we let it in so it can murder everyone?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. I'm fucking bored and curious.
I think that space doll needs air. Oh, yeah, I believe that or something.
Someone go out in the airlock and die, letting that doll in, please, under suspicious circumstances. The rest of us won't question it until about 35 minutes later in the movie.
Hey, Mom, I'm at camp and I made a bunch of great new friends. One of the boys found this creepy doll floating in the middle of the lake, and we brought it in there. We cleaned it up, and we'll see what happens.
I do dress restoration, so I was really able to pitch in for the group.
And
doesn't it look beautiful?
I was able to redo her hair with the other girl's hair when she was asleep. I just killed her and cut it off because the doll said so. Is that how this movie works? I don't know.
Who knows? Who fucking knows?
Annabelle goes back to school.
She has like a giant backpack on. They're like, who's the fucking new girl? I don't know, but I like your style. She just jumps on the principal, stabs him in the face like 19 times. Just like, damn, this shit's going to be lit.
Annabelle's off to college.
Annabelle rides again. She's just got her fucking driver's license.
She's in the West.
Even better, yeah. She's a fucking desperado now. She's like, I got gold in Mexico. I gotta get it. Yeah. That fucking doll's a fucking sharpshooter if I ever seen one. And a nasty drunk.
James, I know you hear me. He's like, babe, I just had the craziest dream. Two assholes were doing a shitty podcast about one of my movies, but they inspired me. Get in the car.
So much.
She just goes to Jack in the Box. I'm going to have Annabelle work here. It's going to be sick. She only needs it for the summer, though, till the curse is lifted. And then we're going to have those two old Conjuring fucks show up and bore everyone for 3 hours. And then I'm going to have Gabriel show up, but I'm going to call it a girl because one guy suggested it. He's going to kill everything.
So Gabriel? Yes, honey. Yeah. Can you just fucking order the fucking, for the jalapeno poppers? I love those. Get those.
They give me a shake because I like to dip them in there. Where my wands at? It's like, this guy's my
She's
fucking
like,
hero.
I really wish you'd stop saying that when we're at the drive-thru at Jack in the Box. Jack was like, pull forward. We got Juan's meal ready.
Loved you a bit. Thank you. So I don't know what this movie's doing.
I don't know where we're at anymore. Oh, we're at the mom's house. She's watching the 80s footage.
Yeah, so this is the part where the movie shifted.
I was literally lost for a minute. I was like, I don't know. I just want to talk about Annabelle.
Just guys, I love the ideas. I'm seeing a real Ernest P. Worrell vibe here. I'm like, okay, Annabelle in the army now. Oh, I love it. So
Annabelle, daughter-in-law. You're just like, Dad, Mom, meet Annabelle.
It's got Steve Martin in it. I can't say no.
He's just like, oh, she killed the dog.
Welcome to the family. So this is the part where I'm like, wow, this is a completely different movie. Oh,
Yeah.
it's my imaginary friend. I didn't have any friends on my birthday, but Gabriel was there. What's that,
Who invites
Gabriel?
the whole class and doesn't have them show shit ass fucking parents? If you know your weird girl has no fucking friends, don't bother inviting them just to give her fucking
Hope.
trauma to grow up to. Shit, no wonder she ended up with Derek. Fucking
Exactly.
lousy parents.
So you see, this is kind of a cool scene where I was just like, oh, she's like, what is it? And he's like, oh, it's my imaginary friend. He's here right now. Look, he's taking your wallet. I'm just like, what? This kid's gonna be a grifter.
You see
And
a
I was like,
wallet floating and then like car keys and like, where we going next, Gabe? He's just like fucking straight to the moon. Woo!
and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. I felt like it didn't fit in this movie anymore. You know, like
It
this
felt like
needed
that's where the movie wanted to start.
exactly.
But we're halfway through.
Exactly. That should have been in the first 20 minutes of maybe her just trying to, vent or explain. I didn't need like these discovery things. And it was just like, you're lucky I don't throw anything away. I was like, that's literally a birth certificate. Were you going to throw that away? Like, what the fuck, Mom?
That's your adoption paperwork. You need that.
Oh,
For
here's
your taxes for every year until she's out of the fucking house, man.
And I was like,
What the fuck? And if you die, they need that.
yeah. So
What do you
I was
mean?
like,
Good thing you don't throw anything away. I see one more fucking Tupperware bin in here. I'm gonna fucking light this place on fire and watch you die in it.
there was a whole section of the house just dedicated to storage. She was like, I got some Nazi gold here, a piece of the True Cross. I was like, what?
James, are you supporting hoarders across the world? What the fuck, man? No, that's not cool.
Not cool, bro.
Don't throw anything away. That's later though. That's the second time when we go to mom's house.
I say you just mash all
mom's
these.
house is just a jaunt down the road after we go one time. So
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, so we see fucking Madison, who we kind of learn her name is Emily May at this point, talking to her imaginary friend, and then like
Gabriel's like, hey, you got a sister on the way. Maybe you should kill her. She's like, okay.
and she's talking on a phone. She's just like, no, I don't wanna. And then Dad's just like, I've been filming you for 5 minutes. Who you fucking talking to? She's like, no one.
He's
He's
asking
like, why are
about
your pants off, Dad? He's just like, don't ask me questions. I'm the one with the camera.
he's asking me about my insurance provider.
It's the 80s, so do I get a long distance joke and something about 30-minute pizza? And Dad's like, fucking no.
They
Don't
grow
you
up so
dare.
fast.
He's like, you say one fucking long distance joke, I'll kill you in your sleep.
What's 1-800-COLLECT, Dad? Oh, you're fucking dead.
God damn it. We're past those times.
It was a dark, dark time.
That's when people knew the name Sprint meant something.
Who? Exactly.
God, dude, fuck. He just drops the camera and walks out of the house.
You're a
He's
gunshot.
Dad died. That's how Dad died that day. Talking about Sprint.
PCS. He's like, what? It's back.
And then, yeah, so then they just go home.
Like, I would. I'm tired. Like, I'm done with this day. I'm adopted.
But like, you're adopted. Just learn that you had this guy that's killing everyone is your imaginary friend, supposedly, and your sister's just like, you know what? I got work in the morning, and it's been a long day.
Here's the thing, Dustin.
Full of disappointment.
When has her mental health ever come into question? She's had massive head trauma repeatedly. She has a tendency of creating shit with her brain.
And they find out that she doesn't remember half her childhood.
Yeah, dude.
Like, what the fuck? She's like, I don't have any memories from when I was 8. It's like, oh.
Can we please get a professional in here? Please. I'm begging. A professional cop, a
like,
professional mom.
My head's bleeding again. I'm a little tired. I'm just going to go, take some Advil and zonk out for a little bit. And
If I wake up, hey.
Every day I'm rolling the dice, rolling them. And so she goes home. She goes home again to, watch another murder basically happen. This is the bathtub guy, right? And so then we cut back to the police station at this point because we gotta get this guy to do something. He finds a bunch of thumb drives in one of the files that he had, like the last one on his desk. He's just like, "Fucking God, you put the thumb drives in the book at the end. What an asshole!"
Yeah, that was a dick move.
Yeah, and he sees a picture of like 2 out of the 3 murdered victims. He's just like, "Oh shit, I got
Yahtzee.
fucking next victim." Yeah, so he does a quick Google search, gets his home address instantly. I was just like, "Oh, that seems a little suspicious."
He was using top Google.
He's like, "Fucking cop Google brings up everything."
Love it.
He's just like, "Show me surveillance footage of my house." Oh shit, that's me. Oh shit, who's watching me? Oh
Shit.
fuck, it's me. Oh, this is like Spaceballs now. This is great.
That's a different movie.
But he's just like, no backup, no partner.
Worst cop. Here we go.
I gotta get fucking over to this old white guy's house and stop him from getting murdered. And so he drives over there. And too bad we already saw Gabriel go inside. So he gets killed in a bathtub.
Yeah, kind of a cheap one here. They don't really show you much. You just see like the aftermath, and I was like, you shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. And so then he starts like gung fuing with him and trying to shoot him. And then Gabe, he's just like, "I'm out," busts out a window and just starts contorting like a fucking
Contortionist.
well, like one of those sticky toys, you know, when they're like clinging on and like kind of flopping down and shit.
Oh, like the sticky hands or the spiders?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
well, you know,
octopus?
they make sticky people too, where they just go floop, floop, floop.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's what it looked like. And he's just like, "Oh shit." And just starts running down the fucking fire escape. Catches up too. This motherfucker runs really fast. I mean, the other person's running backwards, so you know, I mean,
Sure.
but with super strength though. I don't know. He
Yeah.
keeps catching up somehow. So he throws himself off the fire escape into a
And he hits that
dumpster.
dumpster. It's like, bro, you're lucky you didn't dislocate your shoulder
Dude,
falling
he
like that.
did. He's done. Like he hit that fucking lid from that high. Nah, first of all, he would have. Those lids suck ass. He would have caved that shit in and been inside the dumpster.
Maybe that was a new one. Had a little spring to it.
Maybe I don't know. I mean,
It looked
it
pretty
could've been a
clean.
thick
It looked
lid
pretty
one,
clean
but
for a
of
dumpster.
course, fucking James Wan wasn't like, throw this fucking Detective Good looking at a dirty dumpster. No, he was like, give me a clean dumpster to throw at this guy. So then the Detective Good looking just starts chasing. He's just like, they go to the underground, and he still manages to just fucking put the fucking gas on this fucking guy. And then I knew once we got to the buggy room, I was like, something's gonna happen in this buggy room. I really wanted him to die in the buggy room,
Like,
but that didn't happen.
he doesn't mean shopping cart buggies or trolleys or whatever. Like a stagecoach, like or a what do you call it? A
horse
buggy. A horse and buggy kind of thing. Yeah.
And then, I mean, this scene's just really long. There's a lot of chasing and stuff, but like eventually, you know, Gabe and him square off. And he sees Gabe's face for a second. Oh, and I think like Madison had them describe the face previously too. So he's like, "Ah, shit, she wasn't crazy."
So I kind of laughed there because I was like, "Is that a butthole with an eye in it?"
It definitely is a butthole with an eye. I was like, "Ew."
This really is a horror film.
I was like, "Is this fuck face? Did fucking what's his did Ellis fucking write this shit?" Like,
Yeah.
damn. Yeah, it was
Damn.
damn. That's a butthole with an eyeball. So, and then, you know, Gabe gets away. And you're just like, oh shit. And so the detectives, they got to show up to Madison's house, and they're just like, we work with like a hypnotist. And the sister's like, I fucking knew it. You work with psychics. He's like, I said a hypnotist? What the fuck?
You
Is your
idiot.
problem? There's a very big difference there. And so, like, we got to hypnotize Maddie. And so they do that. And then we go to some more dark trauma with Maddie's past and shit, where she's like gonna cut her mom's stomach open like a birthday cake and shit.
Well, yeah, Gabriel's like in her brain, and she's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're gonna it's your mom's birthday, and there's gonna be a cake." And the disappointed dad, hilarious. He was like, He's like, "You fucked up your mom's cake," and he looked down at it. And he just shook his head. He's like, "Go to your room." I was like, "Damn."
I don't want to hear about this Gabe fella anymore. Okay,
Yeah, dude.
This is some bullshit.
Like, somebody dust off a little golden man for him, because that was the most disappointed father I'd ever seen. I felt disappointed. I was like, "Shit, dude, we really fucked up this time, Maddie."
That's why she fucking. They say women date their fathers. That's why she went to Derek, because Derek was so disappointed in her too. He's like, still working fucking 16-hour days. God damn it, Maddie! I'm so disappointed in you.
And the cake really wasn't that fucked up. Like, her fingers smudged the frosting. You could have fixed
that shit easy.
And it said like, "Welcome, baby sister," or something, or "Here comes."
Yeah, I was like, fucking, who's eating all this cake? You guys are fucking hoarders living out in the country. No one's coming to see you. No one cares. You adopted the weird girl. You think they showed up for the baby shower? I don't think so.
No, that's too risky. I don't want my tires slashed. So Gabe takes over, and he gets in her mind. He's like, "Hey, you should just go cut the cake anyway. Be like a real good daughter and stuff." And she's like, "Yeah, okay."
Yeah, that makes sense. Cutting cake, fucking 2 in the morning.
My parents leave these big jacked up cake knives right on the edge of the counter, so I can just swoop right in there. Fucking YOLO. She goes to cut the cake, and then kind of does the room melting gimmick, and then she's standing over the mom with the knife over the belly, and I was like, "So you gonna do it or what?"
Yeah, I was like, "Go for gold, go for gold."
Yeah, the mom wakes up. Maddie. She's like, "Oh, it smells like disappointed adopted daughter." Yeah, Maddie, what are you doing?
Maddie, what the fuck, man? We try to give you love, but you're real fucking. You're making it hard. You're making it hard. Okay.
You stink, Maddie.
Yeah, disappointed dad doesn't even wake up. He's not even phased. He's like, he heard that shit. He's like, "I gotta get up at 7. Fucking figure it out." that was a total disappointed dad move there. He's just like, "Fucking you guys figure this shit out. I ain't batting an eye. Okay, I'll be disappointed in the morning. Recap me."
I saw the cake. I get it. You're a bad daughter.
It's just like, I get it. Yeah, we should have just waited till we had, why did we adopt an 8-year-old? I don't know. Especially if we were planning on having a child. Doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, at all.
It's more of a take what you
get
can
money from the government? Probably.
Oh, definitely.
They're like, "You want this fucking head case?" They're like, "How much?" They're like, "Pay off that ranch." Like, all right. All right. And so then at this point, Maddie starts freaking out. The woman in the attic has gotten free and has forgotten how to walk. So she crashes down fucking CZW style.
Dude, I was like, "Man, is this like New Jack jumping off the scaffolding?" Because she fell
fucking
100 feet, dude. I was like, "Bro, she's dead." And everyone screamed, and I was like,
"Holy
"You should."
Shit. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Yeah, it was a holy shit chant. I was like, she's fucking worm shit, guys.
And they're just like, "Fucking arrest Madison now."
Oh, I would have, like, man.
And like, she's literally hypnotized, saying that this guy's fucking batshit crazy, and they're just like, "Arrest her."
Yeah.
Woman in her attic. I was like, all right, now you arrest her? Whatever.
That's a smoking gun. If I ever saw it.
I mean, they did find the other shit up there too, I guess, but still. So now we're back at the police station. We're in an interrogation room. I think that they borrowed from Bones, the TV show, because I was like, "What the fuck? This doesn't match the rest of the fucking movie."
It does not. But I'd almost, back to my qualms about the lighting. This was a lighting win for them until we started busting lights out. I did like the way she was silhouetted within the triangle shape.
Yeah, but it didn't make any sense when you
Absolutely
looked at the detectives. You're just like, okay, is the lighting different on this side of the room?
Yeah, absolutely. I visually liked it, but that was another thing. The lighting doesn't make sense, but I did like it.
Yeah. And so they're pressing her. They're just like, "You fucking did it, didn't you, Maddie? You fucking head case. You getting some revenge. You making up this imaginary friend." Like the fucking Regina Moss is just lighted up. She's like,
Regina Moss's character just hates that she's in this movie.
Yeah. She hates that she's a detective in this movie. She's like, I really just wanted to be.
She yells at everything. She downplays everything. She just fuck this, fuck you, fuck this. I hate
she's
this.
literally like, you want me to put out an APV for the butthole surfer? Is that what you want?
I was like, damn, dog. Like, do you give a fuck about anything? Yeah, she gives no shits. She hates everything. Every scene she's in, she's just filled with fucking piss and vinegar.
And so this sets off Maddie, and then Detective Good Looking gets a fucking call. And she's like, it's him. Better answer it.
I was like, I don't pick up unknown numbers, Madeline.
Yeah, I would have been like, ignore. Anyway, so back to interrogation. He calls again. He's like, all right, listen, I'll just turn this off. Hold on. Like, it was rude of me. I shouldn't have been in an interrogation with my phone on. Like,
airplane mode. What was I thinking? Hold on, I interrupted my Castle Crashers game. Yeah, I still play it.
And so they talk to good old Gabe, and he's like, you think this fucking piece of shit did this shit? Nah, that was all me. Play. And yeah, and so they're just like, you know what? Fuck, we've heard enough. Throw in Gin Pop.
Yeah, dude. Okay. Favorite part.
She seems to have mental problems and may have murdered fucking 4 people and kidnapped another, but
put her in a holding cell with everyone. I was like, dude, she is clearly mentally unstable. You can't just put her with other fucking inmates or holding cells or what. Worst cops ever.
They're like, we don't really have individual holding cells. We just kind of, Gin Pop rules. Laws. All right.
So
and then the sister, she drives to the insane asylum.
So the sister goes to this great set location and parks her car as close to that cliff, flirting with the devil. Oh my
God. I'm so glad you brought that up. That pissed me off so bad. I was like, what are you doing? You're not allowed to drive anymore. What the fuck?
It's in case me and this Prius got to make a fast exit. I'm going to take it right off the side.
And I was like, I know that this is CG and all, but like, can I get a couple feet there? Like, what the? And then she's just like taking this narrow ass path, like 2 feet from the cliff as well. I was like, who designed this place? An idiot?
Dude, literally, she was tomb raiding right then. I was like, wow, this is intense.
And also, I love how she was like 2 miles away from this place and the sun was up quite high in the sky still. And then when she got there, dark as fuck.
I'm going to go to the spooky research hospital on the cliffside at night and
go to an insane asylum for children.
Hopefully there's no junkies in there that stab me with dirty needles or force me to like fuck a pig.
Yeah, and she's like, she goes right to records. She's like, haha, of course. And I was like, they left the records? Like,
of course.
Okay. She finds them instantly. She was like, I know how files work.
I was like, did you work here? Did they use the Dewey Decimal System? She's intelligent. We have slept with this character for too long.
She needs to stop going for auditions and fucking get her degree, okay?
She needs to stop going auditions and be a professional snooper. Because she's on the hunt. She's snooping.
I mean, they're gonna have a lot of openings at that police station.
So she literally
job for her.
Can pick what days her days off.
She's like, I want Sundays and Mondays. Okay.
Anyone object? I thought not.
They're like, we're shorthanded. No, I don't care. So, just show up. That's really all I'm asking.
She grabs all these VHS tapes that haven't deteriorated at all.
Yeah.
And grabs all of them.
In Seattle.
She's like, Mom, I hope
here's noises and just like,
I got big brass. Yeah, she's like, I got big brass ones swinging. I'm Sydney.
Yeah, I was just like, but that was just like, that's it? And then she's just like at home with Mom 2 seconds later. I was like,
they are there for 5 seconds. And I was like, this could have been an email, this scene.
Yeah.
You could have just.
Definitely could have been an email. Dear Mom and Maddie, I went to this insane asylum. See you soon with tapes. I assume there's tapes.
Here, Dustin, is where the movie's like, listen, let's go. And I'm like, all right, dude, where are we going? I don't want to, like, I'm in the car. I don't really want to go. I'm a little bit hungry. I was promised food. I'm sitting in the back. I don't have a lot of leg room and I'm getting grumpy and I can't feel the AC. But the movie said we're going. So I'm like, all right, let's see. And then I see these stupid, boring tapes of, it's Maddie back in the day and Gabriel and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, And then they do the big reveal.
Yeah.
He's literally attached, like Siamese twin status, sharing the same brain on her back. And he's this.
You got little chicken arms.
Yeah. He's like this physical prosthetic, like creature on the back of her. And I was like,
he's a parasitic twin.
I was like, oh my God, this sucks. Are they serious? And then they kept sticking with it, and everyone like no sold it. They were like, yeah, we're serious. And I was like, this is awesome. This sucks so much.
It just wasn't a surprise to me.
No,
like I called a parasitic twin.
No, dude. I'm talking visually how he looked and the way they presented him, and I was like, he's straight up in the light. He shot straight on. They don't try to hide it with shitty camera or cover him up in the darkness.
Like they have for the other 90% of the movie.
He is balls out. And I was like, are we for real right now? Like, he's not CG. He's a practical effect. He's like a puppet. I'm like, what the fuck? Movie, what are you doing? You're literally, this is like your fifth form. I don't know what you're doing. And then once this was the racing flag, the checkered flag, this was the fucking go bell.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is a brand new movie all of a sudden.
Yeah, we get to the part where the doctor's just like, we gotta cut the cancer out.
She's just like, and a shotgun cocks for some reason. You're like, what? Like a heavy metal soundtrack starts playing. And then you see all this
cut and
graphic surgery things, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!"
And my favorite part, Kevin, I will say, of the entire movie, she's like, "We just shoved his little face down into her head."
Yeah,
like, what?
And then they just put the back of her skull on.
Yeah, they're just like sewed up.
I don't know where they got that back of that skull piece from. I was like,
fucking probably from one of the dead nurses on the floor, Kevin.
Oh, that's true. And I was like, what the fuck? When they did that, and I was like, let's go. And then they were like, yeah, man, when she took that headbutt to the fucking wall, that woke him up. And I was like, oh, this is amazing.
Yeah.
When they
all those miscarriages where, we forgot fucking pre-dad's best line. I'm tired of watching babies die inside you.
Yeah. And I was like,
oh my.
I was like, Madison, is this true? He's got a point. You're a bad mom.
Yeah. I was like, your relationship is horrible.
It's Britney Spears toxic.
You need to stop talking to each other. Move out. Like, just
you guys need separate rooms.
She's like, we do have them. He just keeps showing up watching UFC in mine.
Well, fair enough. You got the good cable.
You put the fucking washer and dryer in the other room. I can't do it. Okay,
dude,
they're too loud. Like you're doing laundry all the time.
Once this happened, and they kind of just gave you the quick answer of what they've been doing, and I was like, movie. I think if you would have started with this, I would have been 100% all the fuck in. I didn't.
They tried to like dick tease it, and I was like, no, just come on.
But that was the thing, dude. You didn't know how far they were going to go with it. You were just like, is it just going to be like this weird entity thing? Is it just going to be only she can see him? Like, what are we really working with?
Yeah, and like in that first opening scene, I thought like, okay, especially when they revealed when they revealed the doctor like worked with kids and helping rebuild faces, I was like, oh shit, were they like using his carcass to like help these kids and some like weird healing thing?
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like, no, that's way too much thought. We're just
got
chicken wings on the back of her head.
Did they separate them, and then he was just in a tube, and now he's all grown and he wants revenge for being, he should have been the proper brother or sister? And that's what I kind of thought they were going to do. But then I was like, oh, they're sharing the same brain. Okay. I thought he wanted revenge for being cut off, but now he was in there co-piloting the whole time. Okay. I'm in. You've done it, movie. You've won me over an hour, 45 minutes in.
Now crack the back of her head open and have the fucking butthole face come out and murder everybody.
So, and then Dustin, we're kind of literally in the holding cell, which is just celebrating me enjoying the movie 1,000%. Because the movie's like, hey man, this is pretty stupid. And I'm like, okay, I know it's stupid, but what are you going to do with it? Stupid has already left the building. We already know.
Well, we're in Gin Pop.
What are you going to do, Mr.
Have you ever seen an old biker chick?
he's like, Kevin, I'm so happy you asked. I'm gonna take a streetwalker from the '70s, a trucker bar lady from I don't know, anytime.
Any era.
I'm gonna take another lady over here, like this prostitute with big titties and kind of weird, and then there's this Asian one. She's kind of
90s Latino gang member.
yes, she's in the corner, real she's a real chola, and I have this like Asian lady over here. She just looks like 5 days drugged up hard. And I'm like, man, you got a weird, crazy blend. It's almost like you went to a theater group and just grabbed everyone.
Yeah, it's almost like wardrobe was just like, well, I got this shit lying around.
And I
just like wanted up, and they were like,
yeah, we just got this random clothing. I prayed, Dustin, with every fiber of my being, it just cut to her walking off camera, and then she would come back, tucking her pants in, going, "Oh, real nice guy."
Ridiculous.
And I was like, please do the dirty work bit. Please do the dirty work. And then I was like, okay. And she sits down for 2 seconds. And I was like, well, when does the harassment begin? And we're off.
We're off. And they don't just harass her. They go for broken ribs instantly. Like, and I can understand the big truck driver lady doing it, because it just seemed like she just oozed gin pop bully, you know? But when the fucking 70s streetwalker, she was like, black exploitation is real, and just started beating the shit out of her too. I was like, what the fuck? Like, they got their kicks in rhythm. They were looking like sharing a moment and shit.
They looked like a tag team going for the belt.
They did, yeah. They were like, we got this one. They're not going to fuck us this time. But then they got fucked.
Getting her ass kicked, and I was like, do they hate bangs too?
Yeah, no one else in that fucking jail cell had bangs. They were like, fucking bangs are out.
So
right? No banging in here.
This girl's having a seizure, and I'm not cutting away to the other bullshit. She starts freaking out, and she pulls the back of her skull apart, and Gabriel's just like, did you miss me? And just starts contorting and begins just stomping heads, just fatalities, punches through someone's stomach, just uppercut. I was like, what?
Oh, yeah. He fucking MKs that fucking chick.
It's so like MK11, dude. There's just gore everywhere. Fucking heads are
backwards walking. Apparently, you could just like break your bones and walk backwards like that. I was just like, okay.
It's just full blown.
He doesn't stop.
He doesn't stop.
And you're just like, oh man, fucking trucker chick, she's getting away with it. She's almost gonna get out of here. She kept pushing other chicks in. Like
I did like that part where she kept feeding them.
Yeah, she was just like fucking punch through her titties, and they were just like, ah. Just like, oh damn, he did.
This part at the very end, the trucker chick grabs the bars and screams for a guard. I like the visual shot of her just being snatched away, but I really was hoping like she would just get kicked through the bars and just like smushed.
I thought she was gonna push her head through.
Yes, but I thought I was hoping for the head for sure. But a little part of me, since we were just going full on schlock crazy, I was wanting her whole body just to be just like split through the bars, just ridiculous.
Platoed through, just like
yes. Yeah, they didn't do it, but I was just like, movie, you've now won my heart. I have 100% attention in you, and I believe you're the best horror movie to come out this year, per that other guy's comment that I read. And I don't even really, the movie just loses its absolute shit, because then the guard comes up and he's a dumb dick. He's trying to aim through the bars, and I was like,
he's just like, let me just really make it hard for me to retreat from this situation.
But keeping with the worst cop program in the world, he sticks the gun through the bars like, I get you.
And he fucking lights that trucker up. He's just like, I'll shoot through her if I have to. I mean, she was just here for jaywalking, but I don't give a fuck. I'll go home and sleep fine tonight.
She's just here sleeping it off.
The drug tank was full, so we put her in gin pop. Mistakes were made.
And then fucking Gabriel gets out, and I was like, well, he's probably gonna Terminator 1 this whole police precinct.
He's like, I gotta get my tools. I don't know why I had to go through the police locker room to get my tools, but I did. I did, and I'll do it again.
They're putting all the tools, or basically all his crime scene stuff, away, and she's logging it. And he's like, I need my jacket, and I need my fucking pokey stick. So he gets all that stuff. He doesn't kill the little nerd, the little forensics
Yeah,
nerd.
so weird. I was just like,
Very weird. And so
right.
she could make a weird, awkward joke later. So
Yeah.
we're back in, dude, we're back in the main giant police room, like the only real police set ever,
The gym room, yeah.
the gym room. And Gabriel's in there and he's like gun kata. It's like the raid. He's wrecking every
Yeah.
single person in a uniform. They're trying to shoot him. He's dodging bullets. They can't shoot a gun.
Body shield, body shield.
Body shield. He's doing hostages. He's cutting throats. He's breaking forearms. Dude, they can't shoot him. Some people are taking batons to him. He's like
They don't
parrying
know
them.
where to run, piss themselves, or just die in place. So,
Dude, it's insane. Like I was just like, Jesus
like
Christ.
40 fucking police officers are just murdered. And meanwhile, the detectives are just hiding behind a desk like,
Well, no. This is the part that's super pissing me
What?
off. Gabriel's has control of the floor on one side, and the cops are on the other side, and they're all just randomly shooting. He's duck dodging and jiving. Then the other two detectives run in, and now we have cops shooting each other in the crossfire. And I was like, what are you doing? They're trying to shoot Gabriel in the middle, but Gabriel's just murking everyone. He's just like Assassin's Creed, bouncing to each person and killing them and bouncing to the next one.
combo.
Yeah, he's just combo linking everything. And the cops are still shooting crossfire on each other. And I was like, you guys are the dumbest fucking cops.
Kevin, we already saw from the fucking guard cop that they will shoot through a person.
It's in the training. You're right.
Without even a hesitation. That's what that was there for, to establish when these other guys start doing it, you know why. It's in the manual, okay?
Just shoot until they drop.
Yeah, shoot until everyone's fucking bleeding on the floor, okay?
Yeah.
And hope that you're not one of them.
It was pure anarchy. And then, Dustin, I thought he was going to run up the side of the pillar, spin down, and slice this other detective's forearms off with his knife, like just ridiculous status, like Ricky Ho shit. And he just grabs her, does some like fucking judo type throw, wrist control, and the what's her name? The Moss,
Regina Moss, yeah.
Yeah, she grabs like
A shotgun.
a shotgun and shoots it like shit at the floor. It's the desk, and then she shoots a pillar.
Could have swore you were fucking rolling around down there.
I was like, everyone sucks.
Then he's just like,
he guts her.
Yeah, he's like, C-sections, I mean, a very light one. You know, it's
But
really
then
just a bullshit
He
wound.
takes
You'll
your
be fine.
beautiful cop and like bops him one, and he falls over, right?
Yeah.
And then Regina's holding her guts inside, and she goes.
Then random cop in the flip-flop shows up too. Remember her? Just like some random cop. And I was like, who is this lady?
Oh, the
Why
one
is
in
she getting
the
so much screen time?
in the blue blazer, yeah. And he like
Yeah.
he does the wrist control and just flips her, but he kind of breaks her forearms, and I was like,
Yeah.
what? I didn't understand that kill, but whatever.
No.
And then Regina goes to pick up Shaw, but Regina's guts are falling out. And then she's like, get up. I was like, no, like he needs to help you. You're way more fucked up than him. And then, Dustin, from across the room, Gabriel picks up a chair, spins around in a circle, and I was like, please fuck. I was like, please fuck them up.
He fucked
It
them up
flies
so bad. That
perfectly.
chair.
It fucks them both up.
Like,
I started crying. I was like,
there's some real fucking Simpsons shit. Like they just took that chair and they're like dead.
Gabriel, I don't know why you're not going to kill these two, because are you just kind of tuckered? Do you have somewhere to be now? But you threw that chair.
I'm chair throwing status, Kevin. I'm fucking
laughed
tired.
So hard.
Yeah,
dude.
I did too.
I had to pause the movie because I was crying. I was like, this is everything and more.
Because when he started spinning the chair, I was like, no, surely he's not going to. Oh my god, he threw that chair at them.
Yeah, for like half a second, you're like, is he gonna bust out the window and go? Oh no, he's going.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, that's a hell of a spin for a window. And then he was like, nah, this one's side sealed and delivered to their fucking heads.
Incoming, got him.
Yeah.
So he eats this fucking chair. It just kills them.
And then he's just like, I got places to be.
And then
the
dumb chick with the glasses that's like loves the dreamy detective. She comes up. She's like, "Oh, why was I trying to call the cops?" I was like, "Bro, because you're an idiot." I was like,
he's like, call a hospital. Wait, we got someone under protective custody at the hospital.
I was like, was she trying to drop a waka waka after 80 people just died? Her fucking Collie.
The whole force is going on forced retirement. If they survive, I better make a police dead joke. I was like, what the fuck?
That's what I knew we were in
You're a police officer.
When I saw Gabriel being on the back of Madison's head like that, and I saw what they let it do, and I was like, here, we just went to Schlock Zone. This is incredible. And then they're making bad jokes. Cops are just getting dismantled. Chairs are being thrown. We go to the hospital. Sydney's there. And we're just going to get her there really quick. Sydney's there.
Why did she go to see the fucking... So it turns out the homeless person in the fucking attic was her mom.
Yeah.
Her real mom that gave her up.
Fell through like a 20-foot scaffolding like New Jackets because her legs don't work.
And she's got a fucking breathing tube. And you're just like, oh, she's dead.
And how did she like hang there that long? I was like, what?
Yeah, and then Sydney's just like, I'll go there.
I'll go there. Mom needs to be protected. And then Super Mario's guarding the fucking door. And he's like, hey, I can't let nobody in here. He's like, oh, God, I got hot.
And he's just like, fuck my pacemaker. I was just like, uh-oh.
You ever have those buffalo wings where they're real hot, but they burn your lips, but they're so good? Oh, they're talking to me right now. Oh, I'm going to sit down. Gabriel controls electricity. It's my pacemaker. I was like, that's so stupid. Why don't you just have him fucking stab everything?
Yeah, it was so stupid. I was just like, really? We're doing a pacemaker kill? Like, we just saw him fucking touchdown pass those two with the chair, and now we're just killing this old guy with a pacemaker.
Just
like,
Cam
what the
Newton's
fuck movie? They're like, we're saving the good shit for like in a couple minutes, okay?
He just gets stabbed anyway, and I was like, oh well, so be it.
I was just like, pacemaker wasn't killing him fast enough.
Dude, and then Gabriel's there, and he's just fucking everything up, and I'm like, dude, he flips one of those like fucking beds, those fucking hospital beds with all those
like 2,000-pound fucking hospital bed.
It like does a 360, dude, and it lands on the sister. And then he does like this gun kata fucking John Woo slide on the table, puts the magnum to her head. He's like, I'm the real brother sister now. Blows
I didn't understand his
head off.
Well, I didn't understand the beef. He was like, I should have killed you when you were a kid. And I was like,
yeah, he wanted her dead to be the only, because he didn't want to. He wasn't going to play second fiddle, basically.
He's a fucking butthole face and a head, man.
Well, I know, but he needed some motivation. But when they blew the blonde's face off, I was like, this is the best movie ever made. Because I thought it was going to be, oh no, we protect the family and everyone's happy. I laughed again when they blew her head off, and I was like, this. I want Gabriel to just kill everything now.
I mean, he technically gets to, but Maddie figured out, hey, I can do the same things you can do.
Yeah.
So she flips the script on him and lets him think he did it, and then she's like, I'm putting you in prison in my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just like, I'll get out. And she's just like, I know, but I'll be waiting.
I was like, boo.
And I was just like, fuck you don't fucking call your sequel, you fucking Mario Brother fucks. I was like, don't you fucking assume that this is getting a fucking sequel, you assholes.
So
it probably will, though.
What had happened is, I assume Madison knew that she could do it, so she made Gabriel believe that he had killed the sister. But I did call bullshit on that. I was really ready for the sister to get smoked because she was just sticking her nose far.
Wait, because the sister goes, Maddie, you could do it. And then you see her before that, she starts to take control. You see her take control of her hand.
Yeah.
Which is a giveaway of like, okay, she's regaining control of her body.
Yeah. The sister's walking it back going, you could do it. You're my big sister. I love you.
And so then after Madison like pops out, she like moves the gun away. The sister's still alive. She has to break all of her bones back so she can walk normal.
She flips the bed off her because she's got
she's like, his power is my power too.
It was my body.
Like, she's like, oh man, he had like crazy adrenaline going. This is real fucking heavy. I could just get your legs out. Get your legs out. They would be broken. Whatever.
Yeah. Now, yeah.
And then they hug on the bed again.
Best part, they sit on the floor, they hug. And the mom lays in the bed and just watches them hug for 30 minutes.
Dude, she's real fucked up and dehydrated, okay? She's like, I didn't even raise this kid. I didn't even want it. You know? Like,
she should have been like, bro,
fuck her.
Like, Does that hurt? I mean,
She
you see
should have
that?
hit her button and been like, I need a doctor to get these fuckers out of this room. I'm trying to
Yeah,
recover.
man. They got my heart rate going. I saw like my daughter just do this work and Torton thing, and then is the Conjuring couple going to show up and just take this jacket?
He's
Because they're
like,
all
no, I have a pacemaker because I can't.
'cause they're
That
all
shit
into
would
that
fuck you.
weird shit. I mean, we kind of roasted them earlier,
They're gonna
but
get the murder weapon. Just
yeah,
like
the Emmy that they were stabbing everybody with. You got me as a Tony. And that's it, man. They teased a little crackling of a light bulb to say that it's Gabriel. He locked away, but he ain't that locked away.
yeah,
That's it, man. That's Malignant.
that's Malignant. Get it? The title makes sense.
Now,
It's not Malignant, or is
Yeah.
it? Actually, it doesn't make sense because it was definitely cancerous. I guess you could have called it Parasite. People would be like, "Yo, this is a parasite on her body."
I mean, we already had that movie, and I only had one doctor confirm that it was not Malignant.
It was the bathtub guy. He was just like, "I think it's Malignant."
They need a
They're
second
just like,
opinion.
Fucking this guy. I swear. That's why he wasn't here on Murder Watch Day. So he was at home in the fucking tub, rub a dub dub.
Yeah.
Well, fucking 70-year-old man's getting in the bathtub. He's gonna slip and break a hip, Kevin. He deserved to die that night. Now that I think about it.
I mean, when he slip in the shower. I mean, when you're old, a slip hazard is everywhere you go.
I know. That's why you don't want to get out of the bathtub. You gotta lift your leg more.
Well,
You want to get a standing stall shower, everyone. Okay.
well, yeah, but he was rich.
Oh, he can just afford to fucking bust a hip and die.
Yeah, he had to afford the real Vatican.
Lived by himself.
Well, yeah.
Breaks that hip, he's on that floor.
I wanted to say Victorian before I was bullied into saying something else. But I think it's worth a watch. It does have a ton of slow spots. It does have a couple of visual things. Like if you love horror movies, you're already watching this because it is James Wan. If you like any of his work, you've already watched this because of his previous, outings. He's touched you in some way. You've liked some pieces that he's done. I'm the same way with this dude. I think some of his stuff is interesting. Like I said, I like a lot of his camera work or placement, or who knows, maybe it's the cinematographer doing all the work and he's just laying back. But I also do think some of his stories are sucky and boring as shit. So this one was a lot of that for the very beginning until they just hit the schlock, and then it was flavor country for me. I was like, holy shit, this is great. I don't know how you would have pulled this off for 2 hours. I think 90 minutes would have been good, starting from the separation and I think you could have moved these pieces around a little bit and then had the pacing and the flow benefit.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, there's a lot here that could have been presented in a different way.
Yeah,
that would probably make a stronger story, or just figure out what you wanted to be from the beginning instead of just being like, we're gonna just do a little bit of every bit of horror that I like. Which, hey, part of me appreciates that because it's like, okay, yeah, you get a little like taster's choice for everyone.
yeah,
Like, oh, that type of horror. Oh, that type of horror. But the problem with that is that it just doesn't. It's like a band you like being like, well, here's our 13 different genres of music on the same album. And you're just like, yeah, this is garbage. I don't want to fucking listen to this.
yeah.
And that's what this ends up feeling like, is just too many horror styles in one place to where none of them are really that good. It's just like, oh, okay, I see what you did there.
Right.
I'd say give it a watch. I guess just for the ending, like really, I didn't enjoy this as much as Kevin did. I found about an hour 30 of it to be hard to sit through. So, like the first about 20 minutes in, I was just like, "How long is this fucking movie?" I was like, "Damn near 2 hours." You say? Oh, we'll see about that. So.
I think that's just the way of the world when it comes to these Hollywood horror movies like this. I don't want to say big budget, but it kind of really is. They're a little up their own ass when it comes to the running time.
Yeah.
And I think they, like I said, man, pull this back, tighten up what you want to do tonally. I know they were in love with the whole melting and the whole what if and imaginary friend thing. And I think they just had all this other little stupid stuff around it. Like sometimes when we get the authorities into everything and the cops, I just lose so much interest because the best part to me in horror movies is when you put them in that location and you take the escape out of it. They can't leave. So when they make those silly decisions, it's more rational in a weird way because they can't leave. They can't break their confines. They can't just go to the cops and have the cops bail them out. You know what I mean? And have the cops start putting reality into it because the cops have rules. The cops have to do X, Y, and Z that are all grounded in, reality. And we start mixing the fantasy and the horror and the reality. It's really, really hard to do it. Not to say you can't do it. Tons of horror movies that are great that have, but I think with the style that they present with, I guess I'll go ahead and say James Wan's style. I just don't think it benefits anything from them. It's just like I hate The Conjuring, and when you have that pacing and stuff, and I think like you said, the hour and a half at the beginning, it kind of reeked of that. And then I feel like the last end was just like, I'm a completely different movie. What's up, everyone? I was like, okay. But yeah, I don't know. That's it, man.
He loves his cops and shit, though. Like, that's for sure.
Yeah. Like it fits in stuff like Saw, and that fits. But I do always say it's the most boring part of those movies.
Yeah, and that continues here. It's just the minute cop showed up, I was kind of like, ugh, fucking horse.
Yeah, let's get crazy. Let's stay in your fantasy world. Let's stay with the spooky a little bit. I know you got to pace it out, but shit, well, don't make your shit 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like pick and choose, and save some for the cutting room floor. It's all good, man. But yeah, that's it, man. That's Malignant 2021. It's Let's Movies. I'm Kevin. He's Dustin. We'll do it again next time because it's spooktacular. I'm pretty sure we created that. There's no way anyone's using that ever.
No, definitely not now.
Definitely not. So what we're going to do is be real typical and try to do a bunch of spooky movies or horror movies or just kind of stuff like that for the whole month of October. This movie kicked us off. If you want to follow along, you can do it on the social media, but just subscribe to the podcast. That's going to do the best for us and you. And that's on the YouTube if you're interested in that. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you next time.
How'd you get in my house?